Nairobi's Uhuru Park has been closed indefinitely days to NASA's defiant swearing-in ceremony of Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka. The county, led by Mike Sonko, issued a notice on Tuesday saying no gatherings will take place at the CBD location. The notice read, and I quote, Uhuru Park grounds is scheduled to undergo phased improvement works in order to enhance recreation usefulness to its visitors, end of quote. The National Super Alliance is planning a ceremony for the two principals to become leaders of the People's Republic of Kenya. The directive, that is until further notice, is poised to raise suspicion of its timing within the National Super Alliance, who had expressed interest in using the venue for their planned swearing-in on January the 30th. A church and group posing as the Nairobi business community had also applied to use the city's Uhuru Park on January the 30th. But let's get quick reactions in this by speaking to NASA CEO Norman Magaya, who's now joining us live from Capitol Hill here in Nairobi. Thank you very much, Mr. Magaya, for joining us here. We had this conversation yesterday, and you told me NASA only has three options of venue: Uhuru Park, or Uhuru Park. With this latest development, what happens?
Thank you, Akisa. Our position remains the same. We made the application to use Uhuru Park in accordance with the regulations set out by the Nairobi County. We have requisitions for an invoice for us to be able to make payment today. What the governor is trying to do is nothing but an act of cowardice. But we want to send a clear message that our swearing-in ceremony will take place at Uhuru Park, starting 8:30 a.m. on the 30th of January, which is Tuesday next week. We do not intend to seek any other venue. And as we've stated before, that this ceremony has to take place on Tuesday. Uhuru Park is a public utility. We will not succumb to twisting and blackmail by the county government.
But the county government
what is clear from what is clear from all these events is that the county government was minded to give the Uhuru Park grounds to the National Super Alliance to use on Tuesday, but there has been overbearing pressure from the leadership of Jubilee to the governor not to give us and to give to another group. And so the governor, by closing the park, is just taking a safer route of denying everyone else, because he already had his mind made up on giving us these grounds after we made our application to use it. And this is not new. Every time we have wanted to do an event at Uhuru Park, Jubilee has always used that tactics to try and ensure that our events do not take place. So we have been here before. We will not be intimidated. We will not change our plans. We will be at Uhuru Park on Tuesday from 8:30 a.m. and we urge our supporters to turn up in large numbers. The swearing-in ceremony itself will take place at 10 a.m. And so, as I said yesterday, option 1 is Uhuru Park, option 2 is Uhuru Park, option 3 is Uhuru Park.
But given the county government of the day has already pronounced itself, saying that they are closing it indefinitely for renovations, aren't we then preparing ourselves for a clash with the police on this particular day?
We've stated clearly that we are in a resistance mode. We are exercising civil disobedience. We don't recognize any edicts of the Jubilee government and its appendages, which includes this purported notice from the Nairobi County government. So we completely denounce it and will proceed as though there has been no such notice.
Aaron, will you not be putting the lives of your supporters at risk once again, because then there will be a clash if the county government has pronounced itself on this? How do you intend to handle this as an alliance or a coalition?
Akisa, 30th of January 2018 will mark the day of triumph of the people against the junta that is Jubilee, against the police state. And this day we will demonstrate that the power of the people is greater than the people purporting to hold the power. So the question of putting our supporters in harm's way does not arise. We anticipate that we are going to have a crowd of 1 million people. There will be no police officer who will attempt to shoot or bring down such a gathering at Uhuru Park. So the people will triumph.
Thank you very much for joining us here on KTN News Desk. That is Norman Magaya. He's the CEO for the NASA Secretariat, joining us here on KTN News Desk on that development by the Nairobi County government deciding to close the Uhuru Park grounds for renovation effective yesterday. We'll be